Hi everybody, Glenn Stiglic here, one of the StrumSchool guitar instructors. I'm going to talk in this video about the Demi Lovato song called Heart Attack. This is a good lesson. I like this song because it's an example of a song that takes similar chord structure, but by using different strum patterns for the different sections of the song, you create drama or lighten it up or make it heavy. So you have the same chords, but the strum pattern's real important. So to go through it, I'll divide the song into three parts. We'll start with the verse. And the chord structure for the verse, we're going to have two strums for each chord. You have a C chord, which goes to a G chord, which goes to a D chord, to an E minor chord. Two strums each. Once you have that down, what we're going to do is we're going to strum the first chord twice. Before I go to the next chord, with the palm of my hand, I'll stop the strings, like give it a little karate chop like that. Not too hard, don't want to bust my guitar, but just enough to give it a little percussion sound. And I'll strum the next chord twice. Go to my D chord, two strums, chop, two strums of E minor. So C, chop, G, D, chop, E minor. So it gives us some interest. Going into the next section of the song, which I'll call the pre-chorus, we're going to do something a little different, give it a little drive. So instead of strumming those big chords like that, we're going to keep it small, strum the lower notes of the chord, like the bottom few strings, and strum them 4 times and keep it real even. So I got my C, 4 strums, G, D, E minor, C, G, and D 2 times. Gives a little build up. And then for the next part, we get light again. And we're going to do what's called an arpeggio pattern. What that means is I'm going to make the chord, but I'm not going to strum it. I'll pick notes and let them ring out while I'm holding the chord down. And the first note you want to pick is the lowest note of the chord. So on C, that'd be the 5th string. And I'll pick 2 other notes. I'm going to what's called a B minor 7. You can look that up. And I'll pick the 5th string, 2 more notes, E minor, bass note, 2 notes, A minor, bass note, 2 notes, G. So that little section, those arpeggios sound like this, kind of cool. There's a little pause there in the song. And then for the full-on chorus, we go back to that strum pattern, the 4 steady strums on the low notes of the chord to give it some drive. E minor, C, G, D, E minor, C, G, D. So let's review the whole thing. Kind of the same chords, but what makes it interesting is getting heavy, light, give it some drive, different types of ways you can strum chords, even though it's a C chord. Doing a few different things with it here. So for the verse, I got my 2 strums, and before the second chord of each measure, I'll do the hit. So I think it does that about 6 times in the song. Then going into the pre-chorus, into the steady 8th note strum pattern, 4 strums, low notes. Time for our little arpeggios. That's where you make the chord and pick 3 notes. Pause. Into the full-blown chorus, back to the 8th note. 4 steady strums on the low notes of the chord. Hope that was helpful. If you want to go through the rest of the song, book a lesson with me, Glenn Stiglic, from my profile page at StrumSchool.com. This song is just a good example of how your right hand is so important, making chords and different strum patterns. And a lot of songs will have the same chords, but what makes the song sound different is different strum patterns. So have fun. Look forward to doing an exam soon. It's still ticking. Okay, good. Nice talking to you. Bye now.